RaceForge is a casual 2D platformer racing game in which players manipulate the environment to build a course for an AI-controlled racer. Like all racing games, RaceForge has a start and a finish. It also has many obstacles that are placed for the racer to overcome, including walls, pitfalls, ledges, and spike traps. It's the player's job to make sure that the racer reaches the finish line safely and within the time limit. If the timer reaches 0 or the racer dies, the game is over and the player must restart the level. Let's talk about the basic mechanics of RaceForge. The racer is always running. If he runs up the edge of the screen, he loops back around to the other side. Players must place objects on the course in real time that allow the racer to overcome obstacles. These objects include a U-turn sign, wooden plank, trampoline, ladder, ramp, and rope swing. The player must choose the best item to overcome each obstacle. For example, the trampoline, ramp, and rope swing will all get the racer across a pitfall. However, the ramp is the fastest way across, followed by the rope swing and then the trampoline. The rope swing keeps the racer low to the ground, which will avoid overhead obstacles. The ramp jumps slightly higher, and the trampoline jumps very high. A pit with low-hanging spikes above it would be deadly to attempt crossing with a trampoline and risky with a ramp. Therefore, the player's best choice is the rope swing. The quantity of objects a player has in his inventory dictates the number of each object that can be placed on the course. Not all objects are available at the start of the game. Some will be earned by completing certain milestones, and other more powerful items will be earned by finishing races in a short amount of time. Here's an example of what a level might look like in RaceForge. We have the racer at the lower left-hand corner of the screen and the finish line in the upper right-hand corner, with several obstacles in between, including a pit and 2 ledges. One way that a player might complete this level is by placing a plank over the pit, then a U-turn sign, a trampoline to jump to the first ledge, another U-turn sign, and finally a second trampoline to reach the last ledge and the finish line. As a player progresses through levels, the difficulty scales up by reducing the time limit, placing obstacles closer together, and increasing the number of obstacles. In early levels, a player may have extra placeable objects upon reaching the finish line. Later levels will not have that margin of error, and players will be required to use all of the objects in their arsenal. The design risks for RaceForge include creating a progressive difficulty system, creating levels that are unique enough to hold a player's interest, and creating a suitable amount of content. That being said, the simplicity of RaceForge makes it a fairly low-risk game to develop. Once the racer and placeable objects are created, each level can be tested on an individual basis in a relatively short period of time. Some of RaceForge's competitors would be Big Bang Racing, Lemmings, and Mario Run. Big Bang Racing is a game in which players create courses for other players to race each other on. Lemmings requires a player to blow up walls and dig holes to create a path for a group of lemmings to reach the exit. Mario Run is an obstacle course in which Mario continuously runs and the player must time his jumps to reach platforms, avoid enemies, and collect coins. RaceForge differs in that the courses are created by players in real time while the race is in progress, and the player has no direct control over the racer. This makes RaceForge more akin to a puzzle racing hybrid game, which, as far as I know, is unique to the current industry. Thank you for listening.